in quickly?
Yeah, mate. Today we're going to get started on the old Y62 turbo kit.
So what do you want me to say? Just hey.
Hey, Mash. No. Do your intro.
Hey, how's it going? I'm Ash, and this is my 2023 turbocharged Y62. I've always been a Patrol guy. I've had GU since I got my license. Yep. And then I convinced my dad to buy a Y62. And then I was like, wait, why don't I buy one? So he supercharged his. So obviously I had to go the next step. And I've always loved one of East Coast's original Y62 builds was a turbocharged Y62. I thought, let's take that and make it a whole lot more wild. So here we are. Got a lot of the parts for the car here. Here's the big shiny turbo. Pulsar G42. I'm not entirely sure. I just wanted something that was going to pop against the black, and if everyone does just like the Hulk green and bright red and all that, I want to do something a bit different. And I've seen a couple of, in America, Sheepy Race make twin turbo R8s and Huracans, and this is a common color they get their turbos powder coated in, and it was a pretty hot color, so thought I'd give it a crack, and it turned out absolutely mint. And it's definitely going to pop on all the black of the car. Down here we have one of my favourite parts of the vehicle, 4-inch valve, because this will have a big dump pipe underneath. So it'll have a full exhaust, but it's also going to be pretty rowdy, pretty loud, pretty wild. It's going to be exciting. Mine's better. A couple other shiny bits. Got a Process West billet catch can. Obviously got to keep engine management, safety systems, because this is my daily as well as being the weekend fun car, so we got to keep everything in A-OK. Nope, there's welding going on there. Is he in there? Yes.
I just looked at it.
Yeah, so did I.
Did you look at it?
Yeah, totally. You do every time. You always do.
You can't not look at it.
You're like, oh, what's that? And then, oh,
Oh no, that's...
there he is.
Hello. That worked. Yeah. We thought that was you in there briefly because we were just trying to look at the welding.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we're pretty much well underway here, a couple of days in. So we've got the exhaust manifolds fitted. Let's see if I have a light you can see. Only a couple of the challenges are probably getting in those tight spaces on these Y62 with the HPMC suspension. But the steering shaft comes really close to that manifold there, but we've managed to clearance that. And yeah, what else have we got going on? We've got the crossover pipe installed. I'll go around this side. So I don't know if you can see under there. We've got the crossover all installed now, tail shaft back in. Working through the turbo fitment basically, and how we're going to fit this wastegate up in this corner. But Ash has opted to go for a screamer pipe down there, so fitting our wastegate will sit up like that. Instead of plugging it back to the gate, we're actually just going to run it down the side of the chassis rail here.
What's that mean?
It means it's going to be a whole lot louder when you hit boost pressure.
Yeah.
It's going to have a dump pipe and a screamer pipe.
It's going to be even more obnoxious than it already was.
Yeah.
So.
It's going to be a whole lot of hoon.
Yeah, pretty much.
Awesome.
Oh yeah, after that, pretty much next step, get the turbo bolted on, run all the lines, and then work on the intercooler side of things. Heap of the stuff that Ash has added, obviously, which would throw some
Yeah, we
fun
just
in the mix.
threw the curveball in there. Let's add all these extra little things to the car. Tuck away boost controllers and add silly lights and pillar pods and whatnot, but all adds to the fun of it. And at the end of the day, I'd rather do all the build stuff in one and then piece it together bit by bit.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
So pretty excited to see it all come together, and Justin's doing an absolute amazing job smashing it out. Does it fit if you... Oh yeah, do it.
I was like, oh, I'll screw it on first, bolt it up, and then like, even if I just like grind the fitting away,
Yeah, that's shit.
it still would sit up, because there's a clamp that goes there too, like,
Yeah, you got the V-band clamp for the front housing.
for whatever reason, his one on the other car, that white one's got a 45-degree bend in there, it's like some custom
Oh,
thing.
it goes down a bit.
And it goes like that, and then, but I've got, it's not that expensive down the road at 1320, he's got an exact version of this, but it's got an extension.
Oh, the thread isn't further out.
So it just goes 80 mil, so then I can just screw it on there, hopefully,
Yeah, we could.
and get away from the chassis.
Sick.
Yeah.
Sick. I'm excited.
Are you?
Yes. That looks awesome.
Yeah?
Yeah, I love that. That looks so good.
We might end up over like where the pod filter is in the corner,
Yeah, cool.
and then
We're going to be doing Carter's going to do a dose pipe off the 5-inch dose pipe. So
okay.
I'll just get him to curve it wherever.
Do you want me to, yeah, we'll wait until he's done that and find a spot.
No,
Or we can sit it in there so we can make it around it.
Yeah, I reckon so. You put that where you think is a good idea, and then I'll work around it.
Sounds good.
Otherwise,
Yeah, just got some
That's
things for
cool.
that.
I've seen someone else use exactly the same process firsthand. And they cut, so they put it in between the grill and the radiator.
Yep.
But they cut their section of the top and fit it in there. But
That's a really
having
good
an
idea.
intercooler, I don't think it'll fit far enough down.
Yeah. Actually, I'll have a look at that after. Yeah. Cool. Yeah,
Awesome.
that's sneaky. They're gonna solve the world.
So how do the instructions say?
Oh, they just put it where I got it. That's pretty much how they did it.
What have you done? Tell
What do we
us.
want to know? So we've got some steam pipe to remount the wastegate, get rid of the flex bellow. This morning I'm just getting stuck into the transcooler because essentially definitely don't want to go back in there after doing the intercooler. So transcooler in there, find a new spot for that, and then mount the intercooler up. So yeah. Huh?
It's a cowabunga.
Kinagawa,
Can it go? Oh, it's
Chinese turbo. Yeah. This is also very Chinese, but we love it. Yeah, so mocked up the front housing into place. Got a new drain. Now, it came with this one, which was just never going to work. So we've managed to get an extended version, which we can just clock the turbo a little bit and get our drain away from that front housing because it was hitting on the clamp there. It'd be a lot easier to service later on too. So yeah, you'll see here all the wiring modifications that we had to do. extended all coil pack wires to get them away, get the main harness away from the heat source there. Diff breather gets moved. This loom gets tucked from here right over the corner, as well as all the ECU wiring. It all gets moved, flipped up, and that'll get some more heat shielding later. Yeah. We've opted to upgrade the water hoses, so they're just picking up off the heater pipes here as part of the kit, but Ash has opted to future-proof it a little bit and go away from the fittings supplied with the kit. We'll get something a bit better quality, so just putting on, going to run with the Aeroflow PTFE line, so hopefully it doesn't have any issues in the future. Yeah. Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh, that's fucking annoying. I just lost my crimp. So ignore the mess here, it's bloody not good. There's shit everywhere. But yeah. I'm gonna start this thing up in about an hour's time. Just gotta finish some wiring. I'm putting the EGTs into the dump pipe, and we're making an extension harness for the driver's side one to go over and plug in. Lucky I already had an extension harness, but it needs more extensioning. Yeah, I was good at English. Not. What else we got? You can see where we snuck the trans cooler in. We just modified the bracket that it came with to sit it in there in between, so we didn't have to come up with some other crazy location. But yeah, I'll show you down here. So we've gotten rid of that flex bellow, so the wastegate now supports its own weight. They welded all that up, and then now it's all refitted. And then what else? So all it's got on it is a dump pipe so far, but Ash is going to take it off over the weekend and get a custom exhaust made for it. So we're just going to basically get it to a stage where we can start it and run it on as is, so we can drive it on this trailer. Yeah, that's it for now, but we'll get some videos of it starting up and running. But
What are we doing?
putting the engine oil in, pressure oil change. It doesn't sound good when you don't put the oil in.
What was that?
Wow.
It's going right. It's going like a turbo Y62. All right, so we're coming up to the end of wrapping up the Kebabs Turbo Y62. And then for me, this is the first one, and I've been lucky enough to try and tune on Ecutech finally. So obviously, forever we've been an up-rev dealer, obviously HP tuners as well. But it's actually been super exciting now that Ecutech finally has support for this stuff. So, like I said, we did most of the bulk of the tuning yesterday. We're just finalising fail safes and multi-maps and all that kind of stuff on it this morning. But yeah, as I said, even though this is our first one with Ecutech, obviously we've been tuning the Nissan platforms, I guess, themselves, and for almost 20 years now. And then obviously we do lots of Ecutech stuff anyway with all the GDRs and all the other platforms we do. So, no, look, it's pretty exciting. where the bulk of the time probably gets spent in wrapping up a tune like this now is in like the custom features side of things. Obviously, Ecutech has a thing called race ROM features, which is something like HP tuners or most of like your normal OEM kind of software doesn't, where so we'll tune and kind of set up the main map here, but then what we have the ability to do is obviously then set up like 4 or 5 different maps that our customer can flip through on the steering wheel, and like valet modes. And then where the value of I think this software really comes in is we get to set up a whole bunch of fail safes and all that kind of stuff, which is something that even like a stock ECU doesn't have, HP tuners or any of these other platforms don't have. So I can set up warnings and limp modes for all temperature, AFR correction, all pressure, knock and transmission temperature and all that stuff through the factory software, or not the factory software, I guess through the race ROM features in this, to really make these things kind of bulletproof. Probably seeing roughly similar-ish numbers to what we would expect. Obviously there's plenty more left in this thing. We had a whole bunch of runs yesterday at 500 plus, but we're really starting to nudge up on this setup at the end of, this is about where we start maxing out the math on a Y62, so logging my data, I'm pretty much maxed out. I wouldn't say pretty much, I'm maxed out. I'm maxed out right now. And then to be honest, I'm starting to run out of high pressure fuel pump on all this thing. So even though we can make more power on this setup, in our experience of tuning this platform, I think this is a really good place to cap it for now. And then we'll just set up a whole bunch of different maps for our show customer, and then get this thing out on the street, do some custom test driving and play with all the fancy fun stuff and the Ecutech features. So no, really exciting. Hopefully a couple of ramps, get this off in the dyno, and then time to play.
Will Ash be happy? Fucking better be. Happy?
Yeah, pretty happy. Look, I'm going to clean up this boost curve a little bit. I think it's a little bit cooler than it was yesterday, so it's a little bit less heat in the chamber and the turbo's not coming on kind of the way I wanted yesterday. So look, we'll spend a bit of time cleaning up the boost controller. It looks like it's running away with boost a little bit in the top end, so it looks like I can actually probably feed a little bit more ignition advance back into that thing, bring the boost down in the top end, and we'll actually make a little bit more power up top as well. But yeah, as I said, look, I'm going to be pretty happy with this thing. We're talking 5-6 pounds of boost here and 500 horsepower, which is plenty for where this thing needs to be at the moment. But we'll sit down, we'll do another couple of ramps, we'll tidy up the boost controller, we'll see, we'll set up, obviously this thing's running an e-boost as well, so we'll set up 2 different boost channels for him, and then play. But yeah, getting there, as I said, I guess this is the difference probably between, there's a lot of places that we just send this right now kind of stuff, but I mean, we really like going that extra mile and making sure things are perfect before we get them out the door. So as I said, a little bit more work to do. I'll tidy up this boost curve, play with that, and then yeah, final run soon. Stay tuned.
We are on to some of the final ramps now.
Yeah, I'll do one more because like the first run does that with the turbo and the second one comes in hot. So I'll do another one, but yeah, like we're pretty much done.
Right, I'll film one more then.
Yeah. all right. I shouldn't be.
Just ignore that number.
No, it's not the number.
No,
it's
it's
just
not.
the e-boost with like the gain settings and all that stuff. It's like as the turbo warms up, it's because it's not full closed loop boost control. Like it takes 3 or 4 runs to get it, and the turbo gets warm, and I get a nice flat boost curve on it. Whereas it's giving me like a half PSI deviation, which is just the OCD kicking in. Which does, I mean, ultimately at the end of the day, guys, like we're pretty much done. We've got runs with nice clean dyno sheets here, 500 odd horsepower. We're talking 5-6 pounder boost or whatever it is, nice and safe. As I said, guys, I'm gonna get this on the street. I'm gonna go set up all the safeties and stuff, but.
What's it been like managing Ash's job? Has it been stressful? Are you stressed?
No, not stressed at all.
That's it there.
I know.
He's upset about one wiggly line in the dyno.
One wiggly
Just
line.
one little dip. Yeah. Perfection.
Perfection, men and their wiggly line.
And then his parking is womp womp womp. Bit exciting, but
Are you happy?
yeah, got Justin working overtime.
I know, I can tell.
Yeah, I was like, you can only do it if you want to. He goes, okay, I want to do it. I'm doing it. So, bottle over.
But you're happy, you're excited.
I'm so happy. The noises it makes, I feel like a 5-year-old.
Please be safe.
I will be safe. I will keep it within the safe parameters of driving on the street and following the road rules.
Not sure that's straight.
Oh, ride's not good. The bolts not coming out. Oh, it is slowly. I've got a big one to go on the back. I giggled like a schoolgirl when I first heard it.
It's street testing.
Street testing.
What did you say about the...
Oh, it's just these. Oh, where did you get there? They're pretty cool. Who's that? Get Some
Get
Higher. Get Some Higher. Sponsoring kebabs at Get Some.
to pan over to get some.
That just blew his fucking supercharger belt. Happy Friday! Nice and slow.